Weather team coverage continues with cleanup in North Providence. Toppled trees damaging power lines and homes, and that's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado. Steph?
Mike, I am on Stephanie Lane and Meadowview Boulevard here in North Providence, where I can show you there are some trees down. There's one that landed on a car and a fence in this neighbor's yard, and one in the distance, if you can see it, that landed in another neighbor's yard. And as you can see, there are power lines draped down the street here, and there's actually a utility pole that is cracked. Let me get to some video that we shot earlier of all of this damage on this street. The police chief says it was really just contained to almost a 2-block radius as this fast-moving storm came through, and the chief tells us thankfully no one was hurt despite all the trees that we saw come down here. We've got National Grid on the scene here trying to get things fixed, and here is a soundbite from a neighbor who spoke to us just a short time ago.
I was in my kitchen and I saw a bunch of leaves flying by the window, and I couldn't believe how many leaves were flying by. And then I looked one way and saw the wind coming this way, and then I looked the other way and saw the wind coming that way, and I knew something was different about it. I looked up in the sky, I saw the big dark clouds going as fast as I've ever seen clouds go in my life. It was pretty intense.
And back here live on Meadowview Boulevard, you're looking at a utility pole that was cracked by this storm. The police chief actually tells me there was a small fire when this utility pole cracked and a tree fell onto the power line at the same time. And again, we do have National Grid here on the scene. Of course, their first priority was to turn the power off because there were live wires on the ground for everyone's safety. Once they were able to do that, now the next step is, of course, cleaning up these wires and getting the power turned on for everyone here in North Providence. Live in North Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sheena. Our team coverage continues now. We want to go live to Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado in North Providence. Steph?
Mike, I am actually in the backyard of a home on Meadowview Boulevard where a tree fell onto a home here. We already have tree cutting crews here trying to get it down, but as you can see, this was a huge tree that fell right on the roof of this house. Now, I talked to the homeowner who fortunately was not inside at the time. She was pulling into her driveway when this tree fell on her house, so she wasn't inside. No one was inside. No one was hurt. Now I want to send you to some video now of other parts of this neighborhood, Meadowview Boulevard in North Providence, where trees are just down all over the place. Power lines are down. There's a utility pole that was cracked. National Grid on the scene. They had to cut the power because there were power lines on the ground. So a very scary situation for neighbors here. And let's listen to one neighbor, Beverly LaRoche, who we just spoke to a short time ago.
I went to my living room and I saw the tree in front of our house right near our big window. I thought it was going to go down, but thank goodness it stopped. But it was horrifying because we just didn't know, we had no alert. We didn't know what was happening.
So tree trimming crews already at work here on Meadowview Boulevard in North Providence. This seems to be a very concentrated area that was hit. The police chief tells me it was just really this small neighborhood that seems to have very severe damage. We saw the mayor, Charlie Lombardi, here earlier making sure everyone was okay, but the police chief does tell us no one was hurt despite how many trees fell down here in this neighborhood. So that is good news here in North Providence despite all the damage. Live in North Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.